and basically whatever the hell I want. Hello everybody and welcome to Gene's Reviews from a regular dude here in my car. If you're already subscribed, I want to thank you very much. If you're not subscribed yet, please think about doing so. Make sure you tap that bell icon so you can be notified every single time I upload a new video. Also, give me a thumbs up if you don't mind. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. And share this with all your friends if you don't mind. Today we're going to check one out from a channel called EWU Bodycam. This is Cop Realizes She Just Made the Worst Mistake of Her Life. Let's check this out.
Just step out of the car real quick, okay? And I'll explain what's going on. Don't.
I'm not doing nothing.
Don't. You're tensing up, bro. Don't do it. Don't do it. Grant right back. Wait. Don't.
I'll tease you!
You did?
Yes!
Okay.
I grabbed the gun! I shot him! Oh my God!
A traffic stop in the spring of 2021 turns into chaos for the officers, the driver, and the entire community when a fatal mistake becomes a national flashpoint, igniting a wave of unrest.
I never heard about
As
this.
agitation spreads throughout the city, the tensions between the police and the public erupt, and the world watches to see what justice will look like in this explosive case.
This is the America we live in now. My God, it's a war zone.
The following report is based on official police records, and some of the footage has never been seen before until now. On April 11th, 2021, two officers in Brooklyn Center, Minnesota stop a car when they notice expired
Or
tabs
4
and
years
an
ago.
obstruction hanging from the rearview mirror.
Oh, sakes, dude. Really?
Move forward.
Stopped right in the driveway.
You're gonna stop right here.
Officer Kimberly Potter takes up position at the rear of the car as her trainee, Officer Anthony Lucky, approaches the door.
Hey, what's going on, man? You got a driver's license and proof of insurance for me at all? You don't have a driver's license? Okay. What's your name? You're Dante? Okay, gotcha. Well, there's a couple things reason why I stopped you. The air freshener hanging down there. Yep, can't do that. And then our other question is your tabs. Yeah, just keep looking for the insurance, and then I'm gonna write your name, date of birth down. All right?
The man they've pulled over is 20-year-old Dante Wright, and a young woman named Elena is in the passenger seat.
I wanted to say he was lying, but I think he's honestly telling the truth. So,
As the police run Dante's information through the system, Dante calls his mom for advice.
He called me and he said, "Mom, I just been pulled over." And I said, "For what?" Like, that was just my first response. Like, what did you do? And he said I had air fresheners in the window or in the rearview mirror. And then I said, "Okay, well, take them down." He was like, "You
What's
think I'm in
wrong
trouble?"
with that? I didn't know that
I
was
like,
a law.
No, you're not in trouble. What would you be in trouble for?
But what the police find shifts the course of this traffic stop.
Just run him as Dante Wright. No, just run him like you were in DBS.
Yeah.
Just don't put all that other information in.
oh,
See what it gives you.
Status, suspended, mail, state records hit.
See? Don't want to code for yourself.
he's got a gross misdemeanor warrant, and there's an OFP for a female, so I need to ID her. There's also residue, like weed on the middle console. So, probably search the car. Apparently, the car is his brother's.
You want to tell him what the warrant's for?
Warrant is for the weapons violation.
The officers, who have now been joined by a sergeant, return to arrest Dante, taking the first steps toward an encounter that will end in disaster.
Just have him step on out.
Hey, Dante. All right, man, here, do me a favor. Just step out of the car real quick, okay? And I'll explain what's going on. You can just put your phone on the dashboard there, okay?
So
and then
am I
the
going
paper.
to jail?
I'll explain all that in a second, okay? Just turn around. Put your hands on your back.
You're under arrest, Dante.
Okay, so you are going to be under arrest, okay? You do have a warrant, so. Don't.
I'm not doing nothing.
Don't. You're tensing up, bro. Don't do it. Don't do it. Grant right back. Wait. Wait, don't.
I'll tease you.
But Officer Potter's taser is holstered on the left side of her belt. She reaches to the right, tragically grabbing her 9mm instead.
I'll tease you. Taser.
But the next sound is not the electric crackle of a taser, but the loud report of a single gunshot. Dante Wright is instantly aware of what happened.
Ah, he shot me.
Oh, I just shot him.
You did?
Yes.
Okay.
I grabbed the wrong gun. I shot him. Oh my God.
Okay. Kim, sit down.
The booming sounds from down the street are from Dante's car smashing into an oncoming SUV before rolling to a stop at an intersection a block away from the initial incident. One cop is already on the scene, and soon there will be many others.
Refill contact shots fired. Start more units, please. We're gonna need additional units.
That would be your absolute worst nightmare. You
Kim,
probably
that guy was trying to take off with me in the car.
But Officer Potter is inconsolable, and the news isn't improving.
The driver is not breathing according to the passenger.
Oh my God. What have I done? What have I done? I'll just...
But no one else standing.
that was a bad thing to say, that I'm gonna go to prison when she may have just ended someone's life. And she's worried about going to prison. You would think that the officers would have more training to know the gun is on the right side, the taser's on the left side. You could see that she was grabbing the gun. I guess, I don't know. I think they need more training, in my opinion.
What did I do?
See, she's just worried about herself.
At the crash
was
scene,
feeling
where
bad
the police
for her,
response
but
is growing by the second.
it seems like
Elena
she's
gets
just
out of
worried
the
about
car
herself.
As the officers prepare to move in on Dante. Few, if any of them, know exactly what happened here.
We heard over the radio that Brooklyn Center officers, there was a possible shooting, took the male out of the driver's seat and began performing a first aid on them.
Paramedics quickly arrive at the scene as well, but little can be done.
As I approached, I believe they stopped doing CPR. I checked a pulse on his right carotid for when I was aiming at about 10 seconds. I moved over to the left carotid to check over there as well. I did not feel a pulse.
Dante Wright is pronounced dead at the scene, and while it's not clear if Officer Potter immediately received the news, a Hennepin County lieutenant finds her in a worrying state.
I got down to her level and I'm talking to her, and she was just repeating some things, and I just told her to stop talking. She repeatedly kept saying that she wanted to die. Again, how my conclusion came that there was something critical that took place. I'm going to prison. I want to die. Just let me die. I talked to her sergeant twice, and on the second time, he finally listened to me, I said, you need to take her gun from her, because I didn't know the whole realm of it, but I knew it wasn't good.
Officer Potter is led to an ambulance where she's checked out before being transported back to the police station. Officer Potter, of course, is far from the only person experiencing trauma from the day's events.
I went outside screaming, I was just so distraught. My neighbors heard me, and my neighbor's like, no, I'll drive you. And there was so much traffic, and I was like, oh my God, I can't. I got out of the car and I started running, but it was so far away. So I had to get back in the car, and I couldn't go any further, and I just see yellow tape.
In the meantime, cops from several departments and jurisdictions have blanketed the area.
I'm not making excuses for what she did or anything like that, but if he never would have resisted in the first place and tried to run, that wouldn't have happened. But then again, also, wouldn't the gun have a different feel than the taser? You should be able to tell the difference between the two, I would think. For one thing, the gun's probably going to be quite a bit heavier than the taser, I would think. I don't know. I don't know the gun. I've shot a pistol maybe twice, 2 or 3 times in my life at a range, and that's about it. So I don't really know about it, but to me, they would weigh different, they would feel different. If not, they should change the way that they look and feel and everything in your hand and the way that they operate. Maybe just use OC spray instead.
And many still have very little knowledge about what happened.
Hi there. No, I don't have all the details. I just replaced my partner about 5 minutes ago. I haven't heard about any officers being hurt at all, but I don't know any details.
When Dante's mom finally gets to the scene, she's confronted with the same lack of answers.
I finally got into the yellow tape and the police officers were stopping me. I'm like, oh my God, is that my son? And I seen the car that we just gave my son 2 weeks ago was smashed up with another car. And I was like, oh my God, was he in an accident? And Brooklyn Center police officers were talking to me and they said they had no information. They don't know what happened. I said, well, I know what happened. I was on the phone. He shot my son.
The sight of this many police cars has attracted attention, and it's not long before the mood grows hostile.
As it would.
Oh, it's me. You're the one that's yelling out a window while you're driving. These people don't even know what happened. I don't even know what happened, and they're threatening to hurt people. Unbelievable.
But the atmosphere surrounding police shootings is tense in the spring of 2021, and that tension is perhaps especially palpable here in Brooklyn Center, where, less than 10 miles away, Derek Chauvin is on trial for the 2020 death of George Floyd, and as news breaks out about Dante's shooting, the gathering crowd begins to take the shape of a full-fledged protest.
Hold the space! Hold the space! Text people to come and Avenue North, Lee Avenue North. Get people here. Do not be violent training. Get the party pigs. Do not be training by them. I want you to fight them. Get people here right now. Text people to get Avenue North right now. Do not go for the Okie. The reason why they have so many pigs out here is because they know.
This is crazy. None of this was intentional. You see it on the body cam that it wasn't intentional.
But the growing unrest at the scene of Dante's shooting is only the first glimpse of what is in store for Brooklyn Center as the day turns into night, and news of the incident continues to spread throughout the community. Riot squads gather at the police station as the protests spread and troubling reports come over the radio.
Minneapolis, female stated looting of Walmart will be happening soon, and hung up on it.
And as temperatures rise across the city, it's perhaps inevitable that some protesters are detained.
My phone is ringing. Can you see who that is, please? You have to answer it, but can you tell me who it is? Because it might be my mom, and she's going to be very disappointed in me. Oh, man. I thought I was doing the right thing.
Could have just stayed home.
It's looking real great outside. It looks like you guys got it all in control.
Even as the protests turn chaotic in some areas, police must also confront destruction and theft throughout the city.
I'll be honest with you, I got no idea what to do here. I mean, everything around here is getting looted.
The wide net of property damage and looting sends the cops to multiple businesses throughout the night as they struggle to keep up with sporadic outbursts of criminal activity.
You better get the home! Get the home! Y'all better get home! Drop the Stop it! Police, you're under arrest! Come on, your hands up!
Well, they'll never catch that one, or that one.
That kid looks like he's about 8 years old. Wow, this is the America we live in now. My God, it's a war zone.
The local unrest continues throughout the following week, and the city reports that they've handled at least 200 calls ranging from burglaries to property damage. According to officials, more than 140 businesses are damaged, including several instances of arson.
See, I don't get that. What good does all that do? You're destroying local businesses.
From the Brooklyn Center Police Department on April.
You're destroying local businesses that had absolutely nothing to do with it. It makes no sense to me. That's like brainworms completely.
13th, 2 days
She
after the
resigned.
shooting. The following day,
resigned.
she is arrested and charged with second-degree manslaughter in the death of Dante Wright.
And she should be.
Yep, I'm just gonna, I know, I'm very sorry. Just, let's just face this way just for the sake of it. I'm just gonna pat everything down. Do you have underwear on?
No, it's just
Nothing?
sports bra on.
Okay.
There's no pockets.
Okay. Just kick your leg a little bit for me, thank you.
As she arrives at the jail, Potter has an emotional exchange with the officer escorting her.
I'd give you a hug, but that's probably not allowed.
What's that?
I can't give you a hug. It's probably not allowed.
Yeah, I just be aware that once you walk in the door, everything is recorded, so just and phone calls. And
Yeah, look at the
everything,
taser
I'm sure
compared
you
to
know
a
that.
gun.
Okay.
The feel would be way different.
This is quick and clean.
In September, the Minnesota Attorney General added first-degree manslaughter to her charges. At trial, Potter told the jury that she had never before used her taser or her gun on duty in her 26 years of policing, and insisted that she didn't want to hurt anybody that day. Dante's mother posted a message on Facebook calling for accountability.
Just see my son laying there, looked to me like he was dead. And I sat there and watched my son sit on the corner for an hour. That was my day. I watched my son underneath the yellow tent for seemed to be like a lifetime.
Kimberly Potter was convicted of first-degree manslaughter and
What's she
sentenced
smiling
in February 2022. The city of Brooklyn Center agreed to pay Dante Wright's family a lawsuit settlement of $3.25 million in June 2022. Kimberly Potter was released from prison in April 2023.
Well, that's crazy. I would have expected her to get a little bit longer than that, but I don't know. Maybe they were a little bit too lenient on her. I don't think she was as sorry about the human life as she was more sorry about having to go to prison. That's my opinion. The way that she acted and everything. Why was she smiling in that mugshot? There is no way I'd be smiling in the mugshot. I don't understand that. That's just a sad deal all the way around. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Now let's lighten things up a little bit with a joke. I mixed a laxative with the pain reliever. It's called I Be Poopin'.